Hello, hello, and welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Matt.
Today we're talking about Larceny and their wheated bourbon.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and click the little bell for notifications. Matt, why don't you give us a little rundown on Larceny?
All right. Larceny. Named after John E. Fitzgerald, who supposedly owned a distillery on the river in 1870s. It was only available on railways and steamships and private clubs. Too bad it was all BS made up by a guy named Hearst, who made it up in the 1880s to sell a brand he eventually called Old Fitz, which was sold to this guy named, Julian Pappy Van Winkle, which also sold that same brand during Prohibition, which was then moved to his, which is the world's first great wheated bourbon. In reality, Fitzgerald was really a bonded treasury agent who was the only one allowed to carry keys to the bonded warehouse. And doing so, he also happened to like really great bourbon. So he was the only person with access to the bonded warehouse. So he would go in there at nighttime, and he would take the bourbon, and they'd find these light barrels. They eventually called them Fitzgerald barrels, because those were always the best ones, and the light ones, because that's the ones he liked the most. And so eventually they named the brand from Old Fitzgerald. Well, eventually Larceny here itself, which is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon, is a reference to his act of being a shady treasury agent and stealing. So rather than basically convicting the guy and putting him in jail, he got his own whiskey named after him, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so actually this is a really cool bottle. So you got this keyhole on it, like a key. And if you look through the bottom, you can see it actually on here. The key inside. The whole thing looks like a big lock. It's got keys on the side. So they did some really cool. It's a cool looking bottle. Anyway, so it's 92 proof. It's between 6 and 12 years old, made of 200 barrels per batch. Heaven Hill brought the brand of Old Fitz in 1999, but changed it over to Larceny in 2012. And then reviving in 2018, which is now the awesome premium decanter bottles of Old Fitz, which was costing that's a buy and release. So anyway, so this is a 68% corn, 20 wheat, 12 barley. And so let's see what we get here. It's a very small batch, which means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Put it on there.
It's just words.
Words and stuff.
Just words.
But I like the bottle. It's cool. So, good job.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of that bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Best part, $20. So,
I know.
Yeah,
really
so inexpensive.
Yeah, and from what I remember, it's not bad bourbon.
No, this was one that you enjoyed quite a bit early on in your journey,
yeah.
but we haven't gone back to it in quite a while.
Yeah, it's
been a while since we bought a bottle of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is sweet.
Yeah,
you got that wheat sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But you got your normal, your caramels, your butterscotch, your vanillas.
Mm-hmm. Definitely corn is the dominant grain. It has that
hay-like,
and it has that cream corn almost kind of smell to it.
Right. I also get that hay-like, that dried hay with the wheated as well, but it's sweet. It's sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like that sweet corn, caramel, a little cinnamon, like a watery butterscotch pudding, a little bit of oak and char in it.
I get a little leather on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's got like stewed apples. Mm. Oh, you know what it is? It's a stale sugar daddy left in a car that melted. Your kid left in the car. That's what reminds me. You put it back in the refrigerator to recongeal it together.
Can't say I've ever done that because I'm not a big fan of those, but I'll take your word on that.
Yeah, I like it, especially when you find
kind of that caramel candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The ones on the stick, they're kind of like the.
Yeah, I know what they are. They'd always go in the trash can when I got them for Halloween. I wasn't a fan, but
they're in my car, melted. Thanks, kids.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wonderfully sweet. This is caramel and vanilla mostly, and then a little bit of that barrel char.
It's got a lot of basic bourbon notes, but it's really got the sweetness that comes along with that wheated side.
You know what I'm not smelling? I'm not smelling any pickle.
You know why? Because there's no rye in this.
There's no rye in this.
Oh,
yeah, 20% wheat will do that.
That's right.
Seriously.
I'm going in.
It's butterscotch. It's velvety and oily. Cinnamon.
Yeah, and I get that char right up front.
Mm-hmm. And then a lot of sweetness towards the mid palate and finish. And then the char kind of shows a little bit back up again towards the finish as well.
I get a leather at the finish. More of a very worn leather. Mm-hmm. Almost if you were actually heating up the leather.
Yeah.
Not as much as the char, but
yeah.
But I mean, it flows with the char at the beginning for me, the actual barrel char. And then you got your bourbon notes and the sweetness to it, hay-like sweetness. And then into that leather. It's really good.
Yeah, it's got this weird dirt funk on the finish with the oak and the apples and that sugar daddy showing up again on the taste.
Yeah, I get the caramel.
Yeah, I don't know why sugar daddies, but for whatever reason, that is really prevalent for me. Just the reminder of those things.
Yeah, I get like a caramel sauce like you would like put on ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a melted. Yeah, that would make complete sense.
The finish is nice. The finish is fairly long and lingering.
For a 92 proof.
For a 92, I still haven't taken my second sip yet. I'm kind of trying to wait for the finish to actually die off, and it's still kind of creeping. I like it.
It's not the hot burning finish that kind of comes back up. It just kind of lingers. It grows a little bit.
Yeah. This would be really good over an ice cube. I remember this being really good over an ice cube.
I bet.
I don't know. I don't put much for anything over ice cubes.
I did at the beginning of my journey,
Yeah,
and I remember this being one that I enjoyed over a cube.
Not me. I shot right into it, man.
I'm trying to think last time I even had a whiskey with an ice cube. It's been a long time. I mean, if you're at a bar just hanging out, I could see maybe, but other than that, not so much. Not for me, but at least personal, consumption.
Yeah, my personal preference is to not. I can't say I have ever had a whiskey over an ice cube.
That's pretty amazing.
How's it? Nothing?
Water doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything one way or another?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to compare it to another giantly prominent, brand, Maker's Mark. They're regular, 90 proof. We'll give you a full review on this one, but this is another wheated bourbon. We thought it'd be another good, easy comparison you can also easily get a hold of. Good news is both of these are really easy to find. And say like this is a 175 and it's like $45 for Maker's Mark, which is awesome.
Yeah, relatively cheap prices for them. Decent whiskey.
Yeah. The Maker's Mark is what, like 30-ish, 35?
Yeah, for the 750 it is, yeah.
Right. So it's 50% more expensive at least. It's at least 50% more expensive than the Larceny. So
right off the bat, the Maker's Mark has a lot more fruit forward on the nose.
See, and I feel like it's sharper.
It is a little bit sharper. It's not as rounded as far as the proof goes, the proof spike. What's the proof on the Maker's versus
90? So 2 points difference.
So 2 points lower.
2 much lower, yeah.
But it smells a lot sharper. It smells like they left a little bit more of those ethanols in there.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as fruity at all.
Yeah.
It's more cinnamon.
It's fruity on the nose, but on the palate, it's more cinnamon forward. But it also, I can tell. I don't know if it's just that two points proof, but it's thinner. It doesn't have as much of a mouthfeel as the Larceny does.
It doesn't. And again with the sharpness, this tastes like it was predominantly column still whiskey, as opposed to Larceny, which has a little bit more of a richness to it, which I usually associate more with a pot still whiskey. So I don't know. I
like the Larceny better personally.
Yeah.
It's got a better mouthfeel. It's coating. It's got that char. That Maker's Mark does not have that char. It's not char forward. Doesn't have the leather. It kind of
there's less depth.
There's a lot less depth in it, especially mid palate where you usually get all of those flavors. It just kind of goes away.
It's just kind of sweet and sharp.
And then you have the slight burn that is a little bit more sharp, not as mellow, not as satisfying, I think I would say, as the Larceny.
Oh, yeah. Finish. Going back to the Larceny is
significantly better.
Yeah, that's my preferred of the two.
Agree. Yeah, I would
you know what?
Go with the Larceny.
$2 too.
Yeah.
And they do make the Larceny in the 1.75, right?
Yeah, they do. They sure do. I've seen. I don't know. I didn't look at the price
point on it.
I'll find out, and we can let you know in the comments. For sure.
I don't know the price point, but they do make it in the big bottle.
They do, absolutely.
So
yeah, good stuff. So we'll go with Larceny.
Yeah,
superior here.
Oh yeah, I agree. All right. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And until next time,
keep on crusading for better whiskey in your glass.
Cheers. Got the social distancing finish down to a pat.
Yeah. 3, 2. Hello. Welcome on into another Whiskey Crusaders. I'm going to say this again. Hang on.
Episode.
Yes.
It's an episode.
Yes.